Hey fishy fans, this is Wally with Supreme Aquaria, and I have a couple of things to tell you today. Number one, I got a couple of killifish that I want to show off. These are amazing, amazing fish, and the coincidence that happened is just crazy, crazy. The second thing I'm going to show you is these are the worst these fish tanks are ever going to look. This is the day before a fish water change, and I'm just showing it as it is because I'm doing a feeding. And I want to show you these killifish. Let's get to it. I tell you what, this is so difficult to try to get everything into the picture that I can, into the video that I can from this angle, but we're going to give it a try. I'm going to start feeding. This is 18 tanks and 5 plastic tubs. I'm going to start feeding. I'm going to tell you a little bit about a story about purchasing these killifish. This is going to be interesting. So the very first tank that I'm going to feed is a killifish Aphyosemion Pyrore Kimono Yellow. So I've got some frozen brine shrimp here. And I'm just adding it with this baster into the top. I have a little teeny tiny holes in the top. And the next tank I'm going to feed up here while I've got the frozen brine shrimp is Fungilopanchex Gardneri Rayfield. This is one that we're going to see in just a second. This is one that I purchased from Aquabid. I purchased it from Aquabid, put the minimum bids in, and get these and the next killifish that I'll talk about in just a second. Went through that whole process. The next tank is albino guppies. This is a pair. Just giving them a little bit of food. And as I look at this tank, I see a couple of babies on top. So mom is either ready to drop babies because I see a couple, or she's already dropped them and I can't see the rest of them. So anyways, purchasing these killifish, got them off of eBay, set up the whole process. I've got a watch. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a ceiling fan in here, and I've done it making water changes where I've gotten a little bit too close and bumped my head. Luckily, it's not going around too quick, and I survived. So I got the killifish, paid, and sent all the information, contact information. I'm going to start from here and go left, and the seller contacted me and said, hey, I'm pretty close to you here, Wally. These are Apistogramma cockatoides. They just bred for me. So unfortunately, mommy ate the babies, and nothing came of that. The next tank is some shrimp. I'm going to let them go. Man, I tell you, I keep rambling on. Sorry about that, folks. So the person that sold me these killifish, the seller from Aquabid, Jackie, contacted me, said, hey, I live really close to you. I think that the person is, oh gosh, about a half hour away. So we actually met in the middle, and the killifish were handed off to me. The person said that they've been the person said, hey, I recognize you and I'm not sure where. Now, I've been out of the fish business for probably 25 years. So, I said that I make my rounds around the pet stores. I was a member of the Milwaukee Aquarium Society, president, vice president, all of that. Then we left each other, and a couple of days later, Jackie contacted me via email and said, I've been the manager of Aquatics Unlimited for 50 years. I'm sure that I recognize you from the store, and I've dealt a lot with Aquatics Unlimited, again, back many, many years ago. And I've been in the store a couple of times since I've started up the fish tanks. So it might be from there, or maybe it's from the Milwaukee Aquarium Society years ago when we used to buy fish for auctions and shows and things like that. So it's really funny that purchasing from a national site like this, Aquabid, I actually found hopefully a friend pretty close to me, and we started talking killifish, and obviously started talking about the WACO, Wisconsin Area Killifish Organization. Haven't thought about that in 25 years, and their upcoming show in November. So it was just a great, great coincidence, and it was just fun meeting another fish person. Carrying on, we have a shrimp tank, and as you know, we have the rabbit head snails in here. not much going on. And you can see the water is just really down. So here we've probably lost 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons. It's been 2.5 weeks. I usually try to do the water changes about once a week, once every 2 weeks. But it's just been kind of hectic lately. So the next tank over is Lima peruviae, the glitter Lima. So let's go ahead and feed this one a little bit. Now, this is a female and she is ready to burst, absolutely ready to burst. The next tank that we're going to is Apistogramma agazii, and these are the fire reds, really cool fish. Now I've seen some breeding activity, I've seen the coloration change of the female, but I've really never ever seen babies from that tank. So I'm trying these almond leaves in both of the Apisto tanks, trying to knock that pH and hardness down. This next tank is the Betta mahakiensis, and although I've lost the female, the male's on his last legs. I think I have 4 babies in there, so I'm growing them up and we'll see how that goes. Next tank over is the rainbow gudgeons. A little bit of food there. The next tank over is the Amica splendens. A little bit of brine shrimp. I love this little baster. You know, you see the regular size basters, but this teeny tiny baster is just perfect for these 5s and 10 gallons. Okay, the next tank over is a bunch of real young Pelvidochromis subocellatus. Give them a burst. Next tank over is some more shrimp. I'm going to drop down and I'm going to move the camera so we can see the tanks on the bottom a little bit better. Be right back. Okay, hopefully that's better. The first tank that we're looking at is the Neolamprologus ocellatus gold. I'm going to feed them. And I tell you what, a lot of people don't like to feed the Lake Tanganyikan cichlids with anything other than flake food, other than spirulina flake food. I feed everything live foods, and I've done this for years and years when I was in the fish hobby, and it's always worked out. The next group is the Xenotoca, and I want to say Eisenei so bad, but they're Doriae. I'm going to try to pronounce that name a little bit to try to get it down. I'm going to give them just a little bit of live food or frozen brine shrimp as well. Next tank over is the Pelvidochromis subocellatus, and our final aquarium tank is the Neolamprologus signatus. Let's give them a shot. Now I've got to go back and I have to feed some of these tanks spirulina flake food. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just going to go through and give everybody just a tiny bit of the spirulina. There we go. All the spirulina has been fed. Now I've skipped a couple of tanks like the Apistogramma. I usually don't feed them flake food, but all the others I do. Oh, I almost forgot. I have the tanks on the bottom. So I have one tank with mystery snails, and I have 3 other tubs, I should say tubs, not tanks, with albino guppies at different sizes. One tank has males, one tank has females, and one tank has grow out. And there we go. Now we've got one more tank, and I'm not going to turn the camera for that, but it's the 30-gallon. And I have some subocellatus grow outs in there, probably about 20 or so. I'm going to go ahead and feed that. And then tomorrow we have the big water change. We'll drop down some of these tanks just a little bit more. I've got to make some RO water. We usually make about 15 gallons or so to fill up some of these tanks. And by tomorrow late afternoon, hopefully everything looks better. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.